A doctor is obsessed with you and very soon taking you to a hospital for. My beloved child, listen carefully, because this message has been waiting for you longer than you realize. Somewhere in your world, there is a doctor who has quietly noticed something about you that others overlooked. Not in a strange way, not in a frightening way, but with deep curiosity and care. Day after day, this person has watched the small details, the quiet signals, the moments when you felt unseen. And soon, very soon, circumstances will bring you into a hospital room, not for fear, not for trouble, but for a conversation that may shift how you see your own life. Don't skip this moment. Because what this doctor has been thinking about you is not ordinary. It is a realization that could open a door you never expected. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the first clue is about to appear. My beloved child, listen closely, because something unusual has quietly begun to unfold around you. For a long time, you believed that your life was moving through ordinary moments, days that seemed simple, routines that felt predictable. Yet behind the scenes, someone observant has been noticing details about you that others never paused to see. This doctor did not become curious overnight. It started with small observations. The way you carry yourself. The calm strength in your eyes even during uncertain moments. The quiet resilience that speaks without words. And slowly, that curiosity turned into deep attention. Not obsession in a harmful sense, but a powerful fascination with the story that seems to surround your life. Because sometimes, certain people walk through the world with a presence that cannot easily be explained. And you, my beloved child, carry that kind of presence. Soon, a moment will arrive when paths cross in a hospital setting. It will feel like a normal visit at first. Quiet hallways, soft lights, ordinary conversations. But what makes that moment extraordinary is what this doctor has been preparing to tell you. Something they have realized about you. Something they believe you deserve to understand. Do not rush past this message. Stay with it, because the next moment will reveal why this doctor has been thinking about you more than you could ever imagine. A quiet realization has been growing in someone's mind, and it revolves around you. The doctor who noticed you did not arrive at this moment suddenly. Over time, small encounters and brief observations created a question that refused to fade. Something about your presence feels meaningful, as if your journey carries a depth that deserves to be understood. And that is why the thought of meeting you again has stayed with them. Not because of curiosity alone, but because they believe a conversation with you could reveal something rare, something that very few people ever hear about themselves. Soon, an invitation or an unexpected visit may guide you into a hospital building. It will appear like an ordinary place filled with everyday activity, calm voices, and quiet corridors. Yet within one of those rooms, a moment of recognition is waiting. This doctor has been reflecting on something they sensed in you. A quality that speaks of endurance, of quiet strength, of a story still unfolding. Don't skip this part of the journey. Stay till the end, because the reason behind this doctor's deep attention is about to become clearer, and the next moment may reveal why your presence has been impossible for them to forget. There is a moment approaching that will feel strangely familiar, even though it has never happened before. The day you step into that hospital building, the world will still appear normal. People will walk past, conversations will echo softly, and nothing will seem extraordinary at first glance. But inside one quiet room, a person has been preparing for this meeting longer than you realize. This doctor has spent time reflecting on a simple but powerful question: why does this person stand out so clearly in my mind? Again and again, your memory returned to them. Not because of a problem. Not because of concern. But because they sensed a story in you that deserved to be acknowledged. Sometimes life sends people across our path who recognize qualities we have not fully seen in ourselves. Calm determination. A rare patience. A quiet courage that continues even when life becomes uncertain. And that is what this doctor believes they noticed in you. Stay with this message. Don't skip the next moment. Because when this meeting finally happens, the words you hear may feel unexpected, and the next part will reveal why this doctor believes your journey is only just beginning. Suddenly, a quiet thought begins to form that you may not have expected. The doctor who has been observing your journey has slowly come to understand something important. During their work, they meet many people every single day. Faces come and go, stories pass by, and most moments fade into memory. But your presence did not fade. For reasons even they struggle to explain at first, something about you remained in their thoughts long after the moment had passed. Not because of worry, not because of concern, but because they sensed a quiet strength within you that rarely appears so clearly. Over time, this feeling grew stronger. They began to believe that meeting you again inside that hospital setting would not be just another ordinary interaction. Instead, it could become a moment of recognition, a moment where someone finally speaks words that your heart has quietly needed to hear. Imagine standing there, unaware that the person across from you has been reflecting deeply about the potential they see in you. Don't skip this part of the story. Because the next moment will reveal why this doctor feels that your life carries a direction far greater than you may have realized, and why your meeting is closer than you think. Now listen carefully, because the meaning behind this meeting is beginning to unfold. When the doctor finally sits across from you, the room will feel calm, almost ordinary. Yet in that quiet space, there will be a pause, a thoughtful moment where they look at you with a sense of recognition. Not the recognition of a stranger, but the recognition of someone who has noticed a rare spark. They may speak gently, choosing their words with care. They will not rush. Instead, they will explain that during their years of meeting countless people, very few carry the kind of presence that immediately stands out. And somehow, you did. It is not about titles, achievements, or anything dramatic. It is something deeper. A quiet strength that shows even when life becomes heavy. A calm patience that continues when others would easily give up. That is what stayed in their mind. This is why the thought of inviting you into that hospital space became important to them. Not for anything alarming, but for a conversation that could help you see what others sometimes miss about themselves. Stay with this story. Because something huge is waiting just ahead. And in the next moment, the doctor will reveal the surprising reason they felt drawn to understand your journey more closely. But before that question is spoken, something even more meaningful will fill the room. The doctor will pause for a moment, as if choosing the exact words that truly matter. Their voice will remain calm, thoughtful, and sincere. And in that silence, you may begin to realize that this meeting is not about anything complicated. It is about being seen. They will gently explain that in a world where most people rush past one another, there are rare moments when someone stops long enough to truly notice another human being. And when they first noticed you, they felt that kind of moment. A moment that felt important. Not because of anything dramatic, but because they sensed that you carry a quiet determination that many people overlook in themselves. That is why they hoped this meeting would happen. They believe that when someone finally hears honest words about their strength and potential, something shifts inside them. A new confidence begins to grow, and a clearer path begins to appear. Stay till the end of this story. Because the next moment will reveal the single question this doctor has been waiting to ask you, a question that could open a door to a future you may not have imagined yet. And then the moment arrives when the doctor finally asks the question that has been quietly waiting. They lean forward slightly, their voice calm but filled with genuine curiosity. What do you believe your purpose is? At first, the question may feel simple. Yet the way it is spoken makes it different from any question you have heard before. It carries a sense of sincerity, as if they truly believe the answer matters more than anything else in that room. This doctor has seen countless journeys pass through those hospital corridors. Some people arrive uncertain, some arrive hopeful, and others simply pass through without ever pausing to reflect on who they truly are. But when they look at you, they feel something different. They sense that you are standing at the edge of a realization that has been forming quietly within you for a long time. Sometimes, a single thoughtful question can awaken something powerful inside a person. A realization that your story is not ordinary. That your path may hold moments of growth and influence that you have not yet fully explored. Don't skip this part. Because in the next moment, something even more surprising will be revealed about why this doctor felt so certain that meeting you again would matter more than you expected. In the stillness that follows that question, something inside you may begin to shift. The doctor will not rush you. Instead, they will watch quietly, as if they already understand that some answers take time to surface. Their patience reveals something important. This meeting was never meant to feel hurried. It was meant to feel meaningful. They will gently explain that during their years of listening to people's stories, they discovered something powerful. Many individuals underestimate the quiet impact they carry. They walk through life believing they are ordinary, never realizing how their resilience inspires others. And when they noticed you, that realization returned once again. They sense that your journey has been shaping you in ways that even you may not fully see yet. That is why they hoped this meeting would happen inside a place where people often reflect deeply about life, growth, and new beginnings. Don't skip what comes next. Because something huge is waiting just ahead, and in the next moment, the doctor will reveal the unexpected reason they believe your story is only beginning to unfold. And just when you begin to wonder why this moment feels so significant, the doctor finally shares the reason. They explain that throughout their work, they have learned something surprising about people. The most remarkable individuals are rarely the ones who announce themselves loudly. Instead, they are the quiet observers, the steady listeners, the ones who keep moving forward even when life becomes uncertain. And when they noticed you, they recognized that same quiet strength. Not something dramatic. Not something obvious. something deeper. They will tell you that sometimes a single conversation can awaken a person's awareness of their own direction. A moment where someone realizes they have more influence, more patience, and more potential than they ever believed. That is why this meeting mattered to them. Not because of the hospital walls around you, but because this place often becomes a crossroads where people pause, reflect, and begin seeing their future more clearly. Stay with this story. Because in the next moment, the doctor will reveal the one insight about you that they believe could completely change how you see your own path forward. And then, with a calm and steady voice, the doctor shares the insight that has been forming in their mind. They explain that during all the moments they have quietly observed people, they learn to recognize one rare quality, the ability to move through life with quiet resilience, even when no one is watching. When they noticed you, that quality was unmistakable. Not something loud. Not something dramatic. A steady presence. They will tell you that many people search their entire lives for recognition, yet the most meaningful recognition often arrives in the most unexpected ways. Sometimes it appears in a simple conversation, in a quiet room, when someone finally reflects back the strength you have carried all along. That is what this moment is about. The doctor believes that your journey is entering a new chapter, not because of anything sudden, but because awareness changes everything. When a person begins to see their own strength clearly, their path forward begins to open in ways they never expected. Don't skip the final moment of this story. Because what the doctor says next will reveal why they felt so certain that meeting you again would become a turning point you will remember for a very long time. Just when the conversation feels complete, the doctor gently adds one final thought. They explain that life is full of moments that appear ordinary on the surface but quietly shape the direction of a person's future. A simple meeting, a thoughtful question, or a few sincere words can become the spark that helps someone recognize their own path. And they believe this moment may be one of those sparks for you. Not because anything dramatic is about to happen, but because awareness changes the way we walk through the world. When someone realizes the strength they carry, they begin to move with a new sense of purpose and calm confidence. The doctor will tell you that they have seen many people discover this turning point in unexpected places. Sometimes it happens in quiet hallways, sometimes in simple conversations, and sometimes in moments where two people pause long enough to truly understand each other. That is what they believe this meeting has been about all along. Stay with the story a little longer. Because in the final moment, something deeply meaningful will become clear about why this doctor felt so certain that your journey is leading towards something far greater than you may have imagined. And as the conversation gently reaches its final moment, the doctor shares the thought that has been quietly guiding everything they have said. They explain that sometimes people enter our lives for only a brief moment, yet the impact of that moment lasts far longer than we expect. A simple meeting can become a mirror, reflecting back the strength, patience, and determination that someone has carried silently for years. When they first noticed you, that reflection appeared clearly. They realized that you are someone who continues forward even when the path feels uncertain. Someone who listens, observes, and grows through every experience, even the quiet ones. That is why this meeting mattered. Not because of the hospital around you, but because this space allowed a rare pause, a moment where someone could look you in the eyes and remind you of the qualities you may have overlooked in yourself. Something huge has been waiting within you all along. And now, as this moment settles into your memory, a new understanding begins to rise. The realization that your story is still unfolding, and the quiet strength you carry will guide you into chapters that have yet to reveal themselves. And as you prepare to leave that quiet room, one final realization gently settles into your heart. The doctor does not try to hold you there with long speeches. Instead, they offer a simple smile, the kind that carries understanding without needing many words. Because the truth is, the meeting was never meant to change your life in one dramatic instant. It was meant to remind you of something you already carry. As you step back into the hallway, the world outside the room looks the same as before. The lights, the footsteps, the quiet conversations, all of it feels familiar. Yet something inside you has shifted. You now understand why this moment happened. Someone noticed the quiet strength you bring into the world. Someone recognized the patience, the resilience, and the calm presence that has been shaping your path all along. And sometimes, that recognition is enough to awaken a new awareness. Stay with this feeling for a moment. Because something meaningful has already begun, not in the hospital room, not in the doctor's words, but inside you. Your journey is still unfolding, and the qualities that were quietly seen today will guide you toward moments that are waiting just ahead. And as you walk away from that place, a calm understanding begins to settle deeper within you. You realize the meeting was never about the building, the room, or even the doctor alone. It was about a moment of recognition, one human being pausing long enough to truly notice another. The doctor simply held up a mirror. In that mirror, you saw patience that kept you moving through difficult days. You saw a quiet resilience that never asked for attention but continued to grow stronger with time. And perhaps for the first time, you felt how powerful those quiet qualities truly are. Many people go through life waiting for something extraordinary to appear from the outside. But sometimes the extraordinary thing is the realization that what you carry inside has always been enough to move you forward. The doctor understood this. That is why the meeting mattered to them. They believed that once you recognized your own strength, your path would begin to unfold with greater clarity. Don't forget this moment. Because the quiet awareness you carry now may guide the decisions you make, the people you meet, and the opportunities that slowly begin to appear in your journey. And somewhere ahead, there may come another moment when you look back and realize that this simple conversation was the beginning of a new way of seeing your own life. And long after that day fades into memory, the meaning of the moment will continue to grow within you. You may remember the quiet room, the thoughtful pause in the doctor's voice, and the calm way they looked at you as if they could see something that had always been there. Not something loud. Not something dramatic. Just a steady light of determination that had been guiding you quietly through every chapter of your life. As days pass, you might begin to notice small changes in how you move through the world. A little more confidence in your steps. A little more clarity in the choices you make. A quiet belief that your story still holds chapters waiting to be discovered. That is the true reason this meeting mattered. Because sometimes one sincere moment of recognition becomes the beginning of a much deeper understanding of who you are becoming. So remember this feeling. Something meaningful has already begun inside you, and the strength that someone finally noticed will continue guiding your journey toward moments that are patiently waiting ahead.